Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and all of your accomplices, cohorts, supports, fishes, begunners, pets, etc. Maybe even some of you have pet rock on your windowsill. I do. But I hope your morning has been pleasant so far. But most of all, I hope you have appreciated the morning so far. That we haven't taken it for granted. As I was preparing this morning, my thoughts, the preciousness of a human birth, impermanence and death, to be joyous in this day. Many people did not see the day. Many people will expire through the middle and will not see the end. But are we not blessed? Sitting upon your seat, breathing in, breathing out. It is not our turn to join the rest. But into each dog, the rain will fall. My mother said, she really was Zen master. There was an old movie, an animation, I remember something about, I think it was called All Dogs. And there was actually a scene where it rained. And all the poofed up pretty dogs got rained on. And all the scraggly, scruffy dogs got rained on. And I laughed and said, there it is. When it rains, all dogs get wet. But really what she was saying is that strife and difficulty and challenges comes into everyone's life, no matter who they may be. At the other end of the spectrum, so does joyousnessly. So be joyous this morning. You awoke. You breathed in, breathed out without a thought. Perhaps you took a shower, you had breakfast. More than likely, you had your coffee. And as I was just hearing and being serenaded, you turned on your favorite music and maybe you danced around. Maybe you took it all for granted. But I hope you reflect back and reflect how fortunate and how blessed we are. We're always quick to look at the negative, profit off of the negative, report the negative, but celebrate the good and celebrate in the ways that you can be joyous and truly appreciate this life and not take it for granted. It comes in a mystery and it's gone in an instant. In the time in between our arrival and departure, we barely remember, even when we try to pay attention. But better to pay attention than to be oblivious in the passings of the day, and to awake with the knowledge that one has breathed their last, at least for this incarnation. So focus on the preciousness of the day. Again, thinking of Lama and how he lived life and encouraged us to integrate our Dharma practice into our everyday life, but also to recognize the preciousness of it, the value of it, and to live it. Almost when I say to live it with an abandonment. These days we have so many restrictions. which we must follow in order to promote our own safety and the safety there of others. But I would rather adhere to the discipline of the restrictions of protocol that hopefully will preserve and prolong and bring about a change in these present situations which we find ourselves. So take a breath in, please, this morning. Breathing out. Even as I looked into the mirror and brushed my teeth and go, so fortunate. I can still see, motor skills. I have hot water and I have some toothpaste and I can brush my teeth by myself. I think there will come a day, maybe perhaps someone else will have to brush my teeth and engage in other activities, which I hope they don't, because if they do, then I know it's time to say goodbye. It's just the imagery in my mind. I'm so sorry. But again, maybe I laugh so that you don't take it so seriously, but engage with a certain seriousness of doing, but not taking ourselves so seriously in the doing of it. So that phrase is lighten up. It's like even, I'm not sure where the music was coming from, but then I sitting in so many Zoom meetings and thinking about Zoom etiquette. Now there's a new word to be coined, Zoom etiquette. Zoom etiquette, making sure you mute, make sure you close the bathroom door, make sure you're not running around the house in your initial suit you came into the world with. No malfunctions of your costumes, etc., which I'm sure many people have done. You know, there's we'll call it Zoom oops. There's this commercial. I'm sorry. Oops, there it is. Oops, there it is. There they go again in their underwear, not knowing the camera is on, or saying something inappropriate, not knowing the camera is on. Don't you think it's funny? Come on, guys, it's a crazy, absurd world. You gotta laugh at it, else your heart will break and you'll just cry. As I said in my rambling, I will not allow my spirit to be daunted by intimidation, and I will not live under the thumb of tyranny of the oppressors. I came to a conclusion many years ago. The only thing that you can do is put me in a cell, which many were done. Or you could shoot me, kill me. But you can never change an idea of freedom that lies in the mind. That is the danger, and it's also the thorn of the oppressor and those of tyranny. They cannot put down the idea. What is that idea, that supreme idea that I think is embedded in the DNA, in the neural sphere, to evolve as a conscious entity in the vastness of humanity that exists within the multiverse? This is what I strive for. Having lived in this particular society at this time, as it was told to me, that is why I thought that was paramount, an idea. The idea of loving kindness and compassion. The idea of joyousness, equality, impartiality. The idea to acquire knowledge in whatever sphere that one chose. And to enact that knowledge with a certain knowingness and wisdom. I hope you aspire to the height of the potentiality of your life force in this universe, of a conscious entity in this cosmos, and that you do not fall into the darkness of forgetting how precious each moment is, and that you have a certain gratitude and gratefulness in where we find ourselves. We have gathered again in this virtual Gonpa, a new word now that's coming to being, a virtual Gonpa. That even to have this technology is amazing. And as we await, however it may be, when it may be, that one receives the vaccine, which we hope is effective. It's amazing, don't you think, that we have those type of minds that can deconstruct a molecule, a cell, and reconstruct it in a way that's effective to bring about health and to make it a better environment, a better world. It is quite amazing. Even this apparatus in which I am now just talking in the space, and we are able to see and hear each other, how it works is a mystery. But there are those who know exactly how it works and are working to improve it at this very moment. So how can we do any less at whatever level we may choose to engage in any endeavor to improve? Improve what? Improve our own consciousness, to improve our community, our culture, our country, our society. Without each individual taking responsibility to row that boat in the same direction, then we will stall and fall into degradation of darkness. As we can see, as my mother would say, we're hell-bent on destroying ourselves. But perhaps it is destruction that brings life. Brahmacharya, and we can speak of Vishnu, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. Shiva, the destroyer. Brahma, the creator. Vishnu, the protector. But in the cosmos of the Eastern cultures, in Indonesia, it is known that creation and destruction are brother and sister. We cannot have one without the other. When I sit and I watch the decaying leaves and the dead trees and the sun that shines through, I can feel and see life re-anew. Without that decay of those leaves to fertilize the ground, that in the spring, no life will be found. So when difficulties arise in our lives, use them as sort of fodder, fertilizer for growth. Challenging times as we find ourselves in one respect, is a blessing. It has made us all stop, slow down, look within. It is the catalyst, the fulcral point, lever, that moves us from our place of inertia. We would rather stay still and not move about at all. You know the formula. An object at rest tends to stay at rest as long as there's no external force applied. But the force applied must be greater than the object in its place, else inertia will remain. Whether we like it or not, we can no longer remain in the state of inertia, non-movement. The forces that move us are increasing day by day, propelling us forward, not just through, but forward. And perhaps if we stand at the front of the bow, and not get caught in our own wake, that we can steer the ship to a much better, much joyous place. I hope it's like that for all of us. Take a breath in. Don't talk too much because we have a lot of work to try to get in. So I would like to start off by saying a special individual, Priscilla Lissar, passed this day. Mother to Jean Lissar. We had many encounters, a very feisty, vibrant lady who lived life and brought a lot of joy into this world. So we'll just start off doing the seated forearm Chenrezi. And may Chenrezi be with Priscilla this very moment. Guide her consciousness with only a brief stay. Again, maybe she is on the Dharma Express looking out the window as she heads to her new place on her way. May she not be bored, but enticed by the scenery, because she knows that the Chenrezi is guiding the vehicle of her new incarnation. May enlightened it be. Take a breath in, please. Breathing out. Zomane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omre beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omre beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme Mane beme omre omane 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 no mane beme omre omane 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 omane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omre omane Omane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omre omane omane beme omre 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 omane beme omane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme zomane beme omre omane 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 beme Omane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omre omane Omane beme omre omane beme omre omane omane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omane beme omre omane beme omane beme omre omane beme omre omane Omane beme omre omane beme omre omane beme omre mani beme let your mind rest. So may Chenrezig guide Priscilla. And as it says, safe journey, safe return. May she be blessed as she was in this life, in all lives to come. It's as though our mind, the manifestation of Chenrezig, mingles with that of the deceased, comforting, guiding, rest. So we dedicate this puja to Priscilla, but we dedicate it to all Priscillas, all those who have succumbed to some adversity, large or small, this day, this year, this cycle. But within that, hopefully, there has been some joy, a moment to laugh, play, dream. As that text says, like a bolt of lightning in the blue sky, life appears and passes by. Again, back to listening to Lama Kazi this morning. Enjoy every day, even the misery, even when you feel that the weight is so heavy upon your yoke, you cannot pull the cart anymore. But you'll find the strength because it is the indomitable fortitude of the spirit that pushes up through barren ground to bloom and flourish in all of its beauty. Mamala gave me some flowers, they are closed. I looked upon them as a metaphor. I am that closed flower waiting to bloom. Not waiting, it will bloom, but it will do so in its time. So may this be your time, like those flowers, to bloom. But it won't do so if you don't put it in water, meaning it needs nourishment. You must nourish it from the bottom in order for the life to come to the top. So perhaps we can pursue it in that fashion. From this intrinsic nature within, you visualize that Guru Rinpoche, the manifestation of all of our teachers, sitting above our head. And we say, most precious Guru, please think of me. Bestow the blessings that will free and ripen my mind, so that I may realize as quickly as possible for the benefit of all sentient beings. Most precious Guru, please think of me. Bestow the blessings that will free and ripen my mind, so that I may realize as quickly as possible for the benefit of all sentient beings. Most precious Guru, please think of me. Bestow the blessings that will free and ripen my mind, so that I may realize as quickly as possible for the benefit of all sentient beings. Namo Lama Lagabzojo, Singular Gabzojo, Lagabzojo, Geduma Gabzojo. 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 Lama Laga Dojo, Zenga Laga Dojo, Laga Dojo, Gerin Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zenga Laga Dojo, Laga Dojo, Gerin Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Laga Dojo, Gerin Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zenga Laga Dojo, Laga Dojo, Gerin Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zenga Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zenga Laga Dojo, Laga Dojo, Jojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zenga Laga Dojo, Laga Dojo, Gerin Laga Dojo. Lama Laga Dojo, Zenga Laga Dojo, Jo Laga Dojo, Gerin Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zenga Laga Dojo, Jo Laga Dojo, Gerin Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zenga Laga Dojo, Jo Laga Dojo, Gerin Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zenga Laga Dojo, Jo Laga Dojo, Gerin Laga Dojo. Lama Laga Dojo, Zenga Laga Dojo, Jo Laga Dojo, Gerin Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zenga Laga Dojo, Jo Laga Dojo, Gerin Laga Lama Laga Dojo, Zenga Laga Dojo, Jo Laga Dojo, Gerin Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zenga Laga Dojo, Jo Laga Dojo. Lama Laga Dojo, Zenga Laga Dojo, Jo Laga Dojo, Gerin Laga Dojo. Placing the mark of the Bodhisattva on your body, speech, and mind. Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to liberate them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transcend them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddha's enlightened way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to liberate them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transcend them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddha's enlightened way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to liberate them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transcend them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddha's enlightened way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. To summons or to invite the bodhisattvas of the lineages to bless all. Sange do dange dam habe zo gunla za da zo da je zo don me garba dan den don 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 zambe garba yedra dan dan ba gunla gumba da je da ba je lupu da ba za dra ba da de Zenje nam je na go da be da ye je zamba za ra da ba de Zenje de me da je da be wa je ye la za za lu Zamba junur ba den do je zen re zan wo ngun bo jang de ba za ye nembo demba nam ba sa nam ga nembo ba do 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 Upa doji padga nonzen da nobo da wa de namayi zazen nanam daje baje jo jenzo zimba yela zazalo renje doji daje zoke nga dunzon bonzon gamu dunbala nerda dundam bonzon bariru minju jenzen wangu dunde Renjen dojo jogi danjen dojo jogi danjen dege ma dejo jungo drembe babe we daje namu gela jaza lo zamba dambo dunjo demebu mendo donda dundo donjo baga bondo dunwa mejo Nando zende je je do 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 randa do 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 je je Maria rundro do je ge je da do ne je ge de da je jende do wa ge la za za lo da do jende da wa zu lo da ge da de wa gun do ye do do ba ba chen do ge je do The Jonam Jede Gede John Dejon Zebezo Gula Gumbo Ganya Bajenjo Jumbo Degezo Duba Dabda Zamba Ye Doda Gedona Janjo Nibo Dege Daba Dane Gabzuji Shirab Nanje Danje Be Zombe Zenje Dundu Da Zange Dundu Nege De Zombe Janjo Zengedo Jeze Nanga Namba Dandowa Jeje Nego Jeje Doje Nego Dowa Daria Sawa So Jonam Jele Gele Jon Dejon Jeje Jebe Zon Gula Gumbo Ganyamba Junjun Jimbo Digezon Dowa Dada Zamba Ye Zange Dodan Gedona Junjun Nebo Jigeba Taba Dane Gazuji Sirab Nende Dande Sombe Jenje Dondo Da Zange Dondo Nege De Zombe Jenjo Zange Do Jeje Namga Namba Dowa Jeje Nego Ba Jeje Doje Nego Ne Dowa Darga Zawa So Jonam Jele Gele Jon De Don Jeje Jebe Zon Gula Gombo Ganya Ba Jeje Jumbo Jege Zon Dowa Dada Zonra Yi Sange Dodan Gedon La Jeje Nebo Jege Ba Daba Dane Zoji Zirab Nande Danje Be Zombe Jenje Dodo Da Sange Dondo Nege De Zombe Jende Zonge Do Jeje Nanga Namba Dan Doba Jeje Nego Ba Jeje Doje Nego Ne Doba All phenomena arise from their causes. The causes are explained by the Buddha. The cessation of these causes too are taught us by the great sage. With a wish to free all beings, I shall always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until I reach, recognize, realize full enlightenment. Enthused by wisdom and compassion today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind for full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. As long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain and dispel the misery and suffering, the causality of ignorance, desire, attachment, and anger in this world through loving kindness and compassion. Dayata umane mune maha muna yesuha. 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 Dayata umane suha. Dayata umane mune maha muna yesuha. Dayata umane mune maha muna yesuha. Dayata umane mune maha muna yesuha. Mune mune maha muna yesuha. Mune mune maha muna yesuha. Mana yazo mane mane ma mane 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 yazo mane 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 yazo mane mane ma mane yazo mane mane ma mane yazo mane mane ma mane yazo so mane mane ma mane yazo 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 mane so mane mane ma mane yazo mane mane ma mane yazo mane mane so mane mane ma mane yazo mane mane ma mane yazo mane mane ma mane yazo mane 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 yazo mane mane ma mane yazo no mane mane ma mane yazo 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 mane mane ma so mane mane ma mane yazo 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 so mane mane ma mane yazo mane mane yazo mane mane ma mane yazo mane mane ma so mane mane ma mane yazo mane mane ma mane yazo mane mane So, to receive the blessings, self and others, open the heart chakra, the 8-petaled golden flower, white lotus open. The moon disk resting with a crystalline awe, the radiant light of loving kindness and compassion, joyousness and equanimity for each and every sentient being, each and every sentient being, those who we love, those whom we call enemy, those whom we are indifferent. As you breathe out like a beacon, we said, like the lighthouse of the sea, the light goes out to bring them all safely home. And as you breathe in, bring in all of the debris, all of the negativity. Count the outgoing breath and we'll begin. In our mind's eye, we visualize that our intentions have come to pass. And as you breathe out with soft eyes on horizontal plane, breathing in and out through the mouth, the Buddha dissolves again like water into water. Rest. And breathing out, emerging in the recognition of the awakened state. Lama Buddhadharma meda da jawa bonzo zomba ja bende zende yondo do dene zenge benda yen. Gyoga je du 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 sage gyalbo du du ne doma du du ne doma dene shela gyoga sho. You should visualize Guru Kache or look to its sakli above your head. Urgyen Samten Ling Gonpa Gyaltsen Joji Guru Ne Bema June Zazudra Gudu Nando Mambo Gurge Zazu Dadrugi Genji Raje Zazuzu Guru Bema Sede Murge Juji Nasa Bema Geza Dumbula Yazen Joji Guru Ne Bema June Zazudra Gudu Nando Mambo Yegi Zazu Darugi Genji Laje Zazuzu Guru Bema Sede Ima ho cho 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 ge yin ge zhen kan su cho ni cho cho ge ga me ge ja no cho 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 wa chen go go na ga chen do cho je do re me lama cho ge go la zo wa de bo nian be ma cho ne la zo wa de je nur ge drum be zhen kan su gong jo nian da nian den zhen de ge je zhen wa che pe gu Dorje Cedra Neto Zoro Mama do Jogula Zubade Borian Bedma Jonela Zubade Amete Dende Dembes and Gamzu Doji Jumbo Duwe Tunata Gala Gandu Darget Doje Dedan Maja Dadan Zange Nama to Begula Zubade Urgyen Bedma Jonela Zubade Kunzon dosan get up, Bema get up, Nina to Jona, Dago to Gada Lama, so what the Zene to Dru to Neda, to Jelon, do no bet or not run bed and bed. Good day, go to bed on Jeba, Reme was so shala, so what Seje Gunjen Dola Tese, Grene Ozoria, Trodozo, Oza Donje Namge Najoba, Jeme Limbe Jalazo, Duzun Gunye Pema Deke, to Boguzo Kudu, Senge Lengde Jindu Pejon, Gunjon Jebe Jalazo, Unmen Joge Yenge Potana, Duzo Zonge Goje Kudu, Renzem Gogo Gundo Tunzebe. So we namada la so wade. Re roman jogi yogi botando dozo samge goji go goge. Brenzem go 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 zo don se ba zo we lame se la so wade. Ngewa kondo yanda lamada do me jogi bala lo joji. So da damje wanjo ne zo ne doji jinje go fa. No to so. Se uma. Close the left. Switch. Zom a ye hu rebe lele ye hoa nanga daga ganga zaza zanga dana dana baba baba ma yawa wa jaga zarhaja ome danma hitu brava hitu tagata haya wata bekinza yundaroha ye vamen maha samana soha Zebadra samaya za bamo ritsa ramane pawa daye soha Zebadra samaya za bamo Badra amrita kundele hana Ranje Honda Uzo Tobe Lama da Netobe Kunjen Torge Gabo Tontun Tutse Gadzo Metawa Nebe Unonton Gitnam Ga Baza Samaza Tara appears above your head. Sange Dodan Zoge Tonan La Janjo Badu Dane Gabzuji Daji Janjo Gebe Tonan Getola Benze Sange Jobajo Sange Dodan Zoge Tonan La Janjo Badu Dane Gabzuji Daji Janjo Gebe Tonan Getola Benze Sange Jobajo Sange Dodan Zoge Tonan La Janjo Badu Dane Gabzuji Daji Janjo Gebe Tonan Jola Benze Sange Jobajo Bango Zoje Naranga Temba White Toma Baja Maha Sri Haraga Dene Doji Torua Gurgu Zoarva Zuto Zarva Dharma Zurve Zuto Tabe Nini Drende Rinpoche Nini Jen Gijirwe Nando Toro Goto Toro Nombo Mozo Zobo Dajen Gato Jen Bogo Om Bume Pate Saparira Rarva Zara Zam Aza Bata Ne Pate Te Bana Bata Namo Zavadata Gadaba Yomishu Mugube Sabam de Zapa Ran Kamasoha Namo Zavadata Gadaba Yomishu Mugube Sabam de Zapa Ran Kamasoha Namo Zavadata Gadaba Yomishu Mugube Sabam de Zapa Ran Hiram Kamasoha Ye Gadana Ne Lado Do Zendo Razana Degundo Zado De Gadana ne la do no do no do 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 de ge de na do gadana ne la do la do da de ge de do kume pate gadi da Zombaza Mahasri Haragorun Dini Doji Torwa Gurgu Ram Unswarva Suto Saba Dharma Supe Suto No Dume Rinpoche Ninyezen Geche with Nando Torwa Doro Bunzo Tobo Dajen Gaso Jembogo Huma Sarabutaraga Saraza Sarabutaraga Saraza Sarabutaraga Saraza Om Saba Megane, Nomo Saba Dadaga, Dubai Miju Mugube, Saba Dongete, Saparana, Iram Grinam, Gorihana, Iram Balinda, Taye Soha. Om Saba Megane, Nomo Saba Dadaga, Dubai Miju Mugube, Saba Dongete, Saparana, Iram Grinam, Gorihana, Iram Balinda, Taye Soha. Om Saba Megane, Nomo Saba Dadaga, Dubai Miju Mugube, Saba Dongete, Saparana, Iram Grinam. Gorihana iram balinda daye so Urgyen Samten Saji, Boje, Georgia Major Drum, River Music, somebody singers in the middle, Buba Ye, Dogum no Senda Joba Show, Edan Rana, Madrona Canada, Diame. Saji, Boje, Georgia Major Drum, River Music, somebody singers in the middle, Buba Ye, Dogum no Senda Joba Show, Edan Rana, Madrona Canada, Diame. Saji, Boje, Georgia Major Drum, River Music, somebody singers in the middle, Buba Ye, Dogum no Senda Joba Show, Edan Rana, Madrona. Come to the Taya, Umbadu that the Lamaya, Manubaya, Badu that the Tenuba, the Nuba, Sudogaya Nuba, Sudogaya Nuba, Anarata Nuba, the Woody Nebria, the Sidum Sidum Guru, Damaya, Sadua, Umbadu, Damaya, Sudogaya Nuba, Sudogaya Nuba, Anarata Nuba. Sedum Sidum Guru Hum, Oh Bhagavan, Dawa Tata Gata Badu Nana Musa Winter, Bawa Maha Samaya Sadu. So this day, Priscilla, mother of Jane and her children, died. So remember your mother. Tara is said to be the mother of all of the Buddhas. Without the mother, then how can we come into existence? We were born from this mother, supported and protected and cared for and loved. So we should think Tara is not some foreign entity just because she's green in color that symbolizes her nourishment or ever presentness. That just like our mother, we should look upon Tara as all mothers. We do the practice to be guided, to be supported, to be loved, to be protected, and to be provided for. Tara has 21 manifestations. And as I thought about it in the same way, your mother manifests in so many ways. Sometimes she's working, sometimes she's cooking, sometimes she's cleaning, sometimes she's caring, hopefully sometimes she's partying, sometimes she's having some fun, sometimes she's laughing, sometimes she's crying, sometimes she's very firm, and sometimes she's very affectionate. All the various manifestations of your mother were like the manifestations of Tara. This is there's Taras who protect you from snake bites, from scorpions, from being eaten by lions, from storms, from being stepped on by elephants, and so forth and so on. Many Taras. And the Tara is one of the mainstays of practices in most Gampas, like in our Gampa. The Tara is done twice a day, and especially is done in the morning part of the day. So Tara has come in India, in Tibet, in China as Kuan-Yin. Many Taras manifesting for the benefit of all sentient beings. So how many times, perhaps, I know I have said, I wish my mom was here to comfort me. I wish my mom was here to guide and listen to me. If your mom is alive today, when we finish before the day's end, give her a call and just say, thank you, I love you. Or send her an email or a text through this modern way of communicating whatever comes to you next. But recognize that she provides, save, protect, support, and love. This is your mother. So Mother Tara, we make practice of her today. The mantra Om Tara Tu Tara Turi Soha. Om Tara Tu Tara Turi Soha. Om Tara Tu Tara Turi Soha. So some of you you don't necessarily need big formal initiation for Tara. You can self-initiate. But it's also good to receive it from someone who has received it through the lineage, which I have done on many occasions. So visualize Tara in front of you, and first you make mandala offering. Saji Puja Jojo Mejo Dram River Nuzende, Sumage Sengis in the middle of Vaye Dorgan Nuzenda Jobajo. Idan Rada Madrula Gam, the Diame, Saji Puja Jojo Mejo Dram River Nuzende. Don't give them nothing that you got your Idan Rada Madruna Ganda, Sachi Poche Jojo Mitra, Revenus in it is some against Sangers and the Metabovi, Idan Rada Madruna, Data Now you think we are taking refuge in the Tara.
Not supposed to do that. I turned my
Chanju Dodo, Dani Gapsuji, Daji Junzo, Gepejo Nange, Jola Penza Zange Jobajo. Sange Dodan, Zoge Jonamba, Junjo Badu, Dani Gapsuji, Daji Junjo, Gepejo Nange, Jola Penza Zange Jobajo. Sange Dodan, Zoge Jonamba, Junjo Badu, Dani Gapsuji, Daji Junjo, Gepejo Nange, Jola Penza Zange Jobajo, receiving her blessings. Then we make prayer to homage before Tara, before our mother. Danye Urgyen Samten Lado Nama Thupten Zabye Pama Tuje Bomba Gunda Tuje Ma Truma Yumna Mother Tata Samaya Manubalaya In the heart of Tara is lotus, sun, and moon disk with the seed syllable Tram, T-R-A-M, pronounced Tram. And Om Tara to Tara is written counterclockwise, moving clockwise. As it goes around, the drum becomes radiant gold in color, illuminating the body of Tara and illuminating all the space, cleansing and purifying, providing and protecting and supporting and loving and caring for, etc. In all 10 directions throughout all of the realms. So we should focus on the body of Tara, visualize the lotus, the sun and moon, and Tram in her heart, and the mantra circling as we recite, and the radiant light in the different directions. So please bring your hands together, repeat after me. Om Tara Tutari Turi Soha. Om Tari Tutari Turi Soha. Om Tari Tutari Turi Soha. So I have passed this mantra to you, Om Tari Tutari Turi Soha, and we will begin the recitation thereof. Om Tari Tutari Turi Soha, Om Tari Tutari Turi Soha. Om Tari Tutari Turi Soha, Om Tari Tutari Turi Soha, Om Tari Tutari Turi Soha, Om Tari Tutari Turi Soha. Om Tari Tutari Turi Soha, Om Tari Tutari Turi Soha, Om Tari Tutari Turi Soha, Om Tari Tutari Om Daru Daru Durizoa, 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 Daru Daru Durizoa, Om 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 Daru Daru Duri Just a quick story about the Tara that we received from our teacher, Kunjo Rinpoche. When he and his family and entourage escaped from Tibet, leaving minimal, all their possessions, land, etc., left behind. They ventured out into the mountain passes to try to get into, I think he went to India first. And as they traveled, they also were being pursued by the Chinese. And I guess as they found some safe haven and were to have some rest, but it's as though they were surrounded on many sides by the Chinese, who for sure would have killed them. And they all sat, and Rinpoche said, they just began to pray to Tara. And as they prayed to Tara, fearing that they were going to die, a fog came up and completely shrouded the area. But they were able to see their way on the path, and they were able to elude the Chinese and find a safe passage. I'm not sure how many people. Rinpoche said there were maybe more than 100 people when they began their exodus. But by the time they reached India, there was only maybe 30 or 40 people who had survived. But Rinpoche attributed his survival to Mother Tara, that provided, that saved and protected, guided, supported, and cared for. So during these troubled times, maybe in the middle of the night, you have called upon your mother. So call upon Mother Tara during this time of need to be of help. Buddhadharma samaya manopadaya Buddhadharma tenapa. Ineffable or inexpressible absolute confession, the modified Marakunja. Again, Sujung is in a few days, I believe. And also, this is a very good practice to do to cleanse and purify the karma of anyone who has deceased. It is also very good to do during these very difficult, dark times of the Kali Yuga. Yeje Giljo la Dhaje Gadgabdu Zebadu Benja Sama Yaza. All of the peaceful, all of the wrathful and peaceful deities contained within the body of Dorje Sempa, Vajrasattva, Vajratopa, you should visualize, have a symbol in front of you that you are restoring, acknowledging, and reaffirming and setting the time period of your restoration of your Samya vows. Dorje Yeme Dobala, Jena Zoba Donde Nada Nada Momo Jeda Dode Yada Dode Dode Marana Dode Mama Yawale Dode Dene Jambo Dode Mado Dome Done 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 Yonda Dore Mene Toma Yudoje Done Demo Meno Done Da Done Done Nama Done Dorje Lama Dorje Dorje Ringa Paden Tuka Janyo Naja Dorje 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 Yeje Dorje Dorje Namada Mada Dorje Zada Dona Dane Dorje Dorje Jejo Ma Jena Dorje Nado Namezo Dorje 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 Kunzo Dorje 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 Dawa Dorje Dorje Lama Dumba Dumba Dewa Dumba Dumba Dorje Dorje Dam Gonda Donda Danda Dorje Dorje Taga Tamze Dorje Dorje Nama Damba Danda Dorje 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 Nune Danda Damba Mego Dela Donde Donda Medo Dada Lono Namba Belo Dondo Mandu Donde Dowa Jeje Nanda Bama Bonde Guna Mede Donde Nena To Zanda Mazu Mare Gondo Na Doba Danda Nana Dende Nado Dende Dande Namba Dande Dande Nama Made Yela Dende Nanda Nedonde Nedondo Ma Dondo Dode Namba Dode Mado De Nana Dode Namba Dumba Nando Dode Nanda Dode Nana Dode Peba So Don Donje Namba Donje Nanda Donje Namba Donje Donje Donde Donde Renda Donde Donge Donazo Jeba Donje Dala Donje 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 Mege Donjo Me Donje Nando Tene Dan Neme Donje Tamba Sadoso Toda me tonda de bana nando dende namba pero je nondo donde 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 na nando donde donde do so Zambadro Zato Samaya Manobalaya Badro Zato Denova Dudu Nabova Sutogaya Nabova Sutogaya Nabova Anarado Nabova Zawazide Megaya Zaragama Dudune Zetum Senum Guru Hong Sara Dadaga Barumane Muzovende Bavama Samaya Zato Badro Zato Samaya Manobalaya Badro Zato Denu Nabova Sutogaya Nabova Sutogaya Nabova Anarado Nabova Zawazide Megaya Sudome Sedum Sirum Guru Hung Ha 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 Ho Bhagava Sada Tadaga Baru Mane Muzovende Bhavana Samaya Sadua Badru Zadu Manobalaya Badru Zadu Denova Dedu Nabua Sudogaya Nabua Sudogaya Nabua Anuradu Nabua So Sidi Mibraya Zadu Gama Sudome Sedum Sirum Guru Hung Ha 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 Ho Bhagava Sada Tadaga Baru Mane Muzovende Bhavana Samaya Sadu Badru Zadu Samaya Manobalaya Badru Zadu Denova Dedu Nabua Sudogaya Nabua Sudogaya Anarado Nabua Zawazide Mibraya Zadu Gama Sudome Sedum Sirum Guru Hung Ha Ha Ho Bhagava Sada Tadaga Baru Mane Muzovende Bhavana Samaya Satua Badru Zadu Samaya Manobalaya Badru Zadu Denova Dedu Tudogaya Magoa, Sudogaya Magoa, Anarado Magoa, Zawazide Mibraya Zadu Gama Sedum Sirum Guru Hung Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sava Bende Bhavana Samaya Sadu Badra Sadu Samaya Manu Badaya Badra Sadu Denova Detu Mabua Sudogaya Mabu Sudogaya Mabu Anarado Mabu Savazili Nebaya Zara Gamazu Tudum Zirum Guru Hum Bhagavan Savadagata Badramani Mazovende Bhavana Samaya Sadu Badra Sadu Samaya Manu Badaya Badra Sadu Denova Detu Tudogaya Maboa, Zubogaya Maboa, Amaradu Maboa, Savazin, Zara. Sudum Zirunguru, Hum, Ha 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 Ho, Bhagavan, Savadata, Badrumani Mazovenda, Samaya, Samaya, Baduzadu Denova, Dudu Maboa, Zubogaya Maboa, Zubogaya Maboa, Amaradu Maboa, Savazin, Gamazadum Zedum Zirunguru, Hum, Ha 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 Ho, Bhagavan, Savadata. Samaya Sadova, Badru Zadu Samaya Manobadaya Badru Zadu Denova, Mebova, Zudogaya, Mebova, Zudu, Anaradu Mebova, Zavaziri Mebea, Sedum Sedum Guru Hong Ha, Bhagavan, Savada, Badruman, Samaya Sadova, Badru Zadu Samaya Manobadaya Badru Zadu Denova, Tudogaya Maboa, Zubogaya Maboa, Anaradu Maboa, Savasiri, Nebea, Zara Lamazu, Sedum Sedum Guru Hong, Ha Ha Ha, Bhagavan, Savada, Badu, Manimuzo, and Deva, Mahasama, Yoto, Zama, Manobala, Yabadu, Zadu, Denova, Maboa, Zubogaya Maboa, Zubogaya Maboa, Anaradu. So was it a Mabrea, Zara Lamazu, Sedum Sedum Guru Hong, Ha Ha Ha, Bhagavan. Sada Dada Gado Badru Mani Muzo Venze Bawa Mahasama Yosato Alumbaru Zatu Samaya Manova Gadu Zaru Denova Dudu Mabua Zudogaya Mabua Zubogaya Mabua Amaradu Mabua Zobazede Nebea Dudu Zedum Zedum Guru Hum Bhagavan Sabada Gado Badru Mani Muzo Venze Bawa Samaya Zatu Badru Zatu Samaya Manova Badru Zaru Denova Dudu Tudogaya Maboa, Zubogaya Maboa, Anaradu Maboa, Zavaziri Nebea Zara. Sidum Zidim Guru Hung, Ha Bhagavan, Savada Gada Mani Muzavan, Zibo, Mahasama Yasadu, Badruzadu, Manobalaya, Badruzadu, Denova, Didu Maboa, Zubogaya Maboa, Zubogaya Maboa, Anaradu. Zubaziri Nebea Zara Gama Zudu, Sidum Zidim Guru Hung, Ha Bhagavan, Savada Gada Bende Baba Mahasama Yasadu, Badruzadu, Samaya Manobalaya, Badruzadu, Denova, Zudogayo. Kubogaya Maboa, Anaradu Maboa, so was it in the Bay of the Zaragama, Zetum Guru. So that I got the bedroom, my name was over the Baba Mahasamaya, Sotoba, Badru Satu Samaya Manobaya, Badru Subogaya Maboa, Anaradu Maboa, so was it in the Bay of the Zaragama, Zetum Guru Hong, Bhagavan, Savada, the bedroom, my name was over the Baba Mahasam. Sadua, Badru Satu Samaya, Manobaya, Badru Satu, Maboa, Subogaya, Maboa, Subogaya. Anaradu Maboa, Zova City, maybe as a Zaragama, Sedum Sidum Guru Hong, Bago, Sada, Badru, my name was over the Boa Mahasamaya, Badru Satu Samaya, Badru Satu Denova, Maboa, Sudogaya, Maboa, Subogaya, Maboa, Anaradu Maboa, Zova City, maybe. Tudum Sedum Sidum Guru Hong, Bhagavan, Savada, Badru, my name is over the Boa Mahasamaya, Badru Satu Samaya, Manobaya, Badru Satu Denova, Didu Maboa, Sudogaya, Maboa, Subogaya, Anaradu Maboa, Zova City, maybe as a Zaragama, Sedum Sidum Guru Hong, Sada Gata Badru, my name was over the Boa Mahasamaya, Badru Satu Samaya, Manobaya, Badru Satu Denova, Didu Kubogaya Maboa, Hanaradu Maboa, Zova City, maybe as a Zaragama, Sedum Sidum Guru Hong, Bhagavan, Savada Gata Badru, my name was over the Boa. Sadua Badru Zatu Samaya Manovalaya Badru Zatu Denova, Maboa, Zodogaya Maboa, Zodogaya Maboa, Hanaradu. So was it in the Brea to Zaragama Zudume, Sedum Sidum Guru Hong, Bhagavan. Sada Gata Badru, my name was over the Boa Maha Samaya Satu. Badra Sato Badra Sato Om Bhadra Sato Om Zumbadra Sato Om Bhadra Sato 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 Bhadra Sato Om Bhadra Sato Om Bhadra Sato Bhadra Sato Om Bhadra Sato Zumbadra Sato Om Bhadra Sato Zumbadra Sato Om Bhadra Sato Om Bhadra Sato Om Bhadra Sato Om A Ye U Reve Reve O Agana Gaga Gagana Gaga Tazana Tata Tadana Tata Tadana Baba Baba Yava Jaga Zarha Ja Om Bhadra Sato Samaya Manovalaya Bhadra Sato Denova Dededemabua Zudugaya Mabua Subagaya Mabua Anarada Mabua Zova Ziri Nibe Zaragama Zudame Zetum Sinam Guru Oh, Bhagavan Savadagada Baramani Muzavadibava Samaya Satua Omedama Hidubarawa Hidudagata Haya Vatadakinsa Yunarua Ye Vamenemaha Samana Suha Gazeme de do Lama Yidam da do la Renda to de Guru Rema me Mama Tamba Bo Zagenya da Done Amrita Honda Yede Nondo Nage None Tomata Tone Done Tomato Babo Kundowe Done Ganyenda Rata Mare Inobo Done Doma Babo Gonje Jende Kata Debabu Ala La Jete Zon Badu Samaya Badu Zadu Denova Dudu Nugua Lugaya Nugua Lugaya Nugua Ananatu Nugua Zoe Nibe Zaranama Little didn't Guru Hum Ha Oh Bhagavan Dada Dada Gada Varuna Nemu Dovendu Bhava Ma Amaya Then if you have a candle, then go ahead and light it. And if not, then just hold up your dorje, not to worry. Nam ye da du da ye zun jen nam abe zundu gunzu gungu de ba ma zhu zhu zhen zhen ma bu ba zhen zhen du me sa la jen pa And then you keep your candle because when we do the lighting of the lamp prayer, we'll hold it up again. Dhammapala. Namo Guru Be, Namo Guru Be, Namo Guru Be, Namo Guru Be, Namo Guru Be. Om Shri Benja Heraka, Rule Honjo Be. Dene Banja Dane Ranganga, Doje, Donge, Dojo, Tamse, Ye, Me, Doje, Meze, Namge, Tonge, Gulu, Oma, Hong Sri Gopa Una Dana Ane Sidi Mama Rani Juba Daye Guru Dhamma Dura Buna Jana Ane Sidi Gambadu Zadu Zanaya Manubadaya Badu Zadu Nanoba Dedu Nagova Durugaya Nagova Durugaya Nagova Anaradu Nagova Zola Siri Nibraya Zaragama Zudune Zanum Zudum Guru Hum Ha Ho Bhagavan Saradada Gada Varu Nani Muzavan Tona Samaya Sadua Badu Zadu Zanaya Manubadaya Badu Zadu Denova Dedu Nagova Zudugaya Nagova Zubugaya Nagova Anaradu Nagova Savasiri Mibrayaja Saragama Zudame Siddham Siddham Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sada Dada Gada Barumane Muzamete Bhavamaha Samaya Sadhu Lighting up the lamps, making offering for the benefit of all sentient beings. We light this lamp in praise of Priscilla. May she be guided, may she be protected and supported. And may her next life be an auspicious one. May she meet with the Dharma and the teachers and recognize the intrinsic nature of her own enlightened mind for the benefit of all sentient beings. Dongo ne vera gabo vera zundongoji Urgyen ba zemone namabe inawa ingeji marabe mumba damge yuji nela zowa goji bara alake je kunje jonde da muna muna bedu nama yeje gado de jorwa dana da jo jowa jowa jo jola joje so wa te bedu da jo de do joda ne do jumbo da jo je wa da jodan da je bawa se Zom Badruzado Samaya, Manubalaya, Badruzado Denova, Dedudu Mebova, Zudogaya Mebova, Zubogaya Mebova, Anarado Mebova, Zolati Nebria, Zaragama Zidune, Zedum Zedum Guru Hum, Ha Ha, O Bhagavan, Zaladata Gata, Baru Mani Mudu, Samaya, Tabu. Zombadruzado Samaya, Manubalaya, Badruzado Denova, Subhagaya Nagova, Anaradu Nagova, Zavadiri Nagaya, Zedum Guru, Hao, Bhagavan, Zavadana, Zuvende Bhavama, Anamaya, Umbadu Ladu Samaya, Manubadaya, Badu Ladu Tanova, Sudogaya Nagova, Sudogaya Nagova, Anaradu Nagova, Zavadiri Nagaya, Zavadama Zudum, Zedum Guru, Hao, Bhagavan, and as we began, for the ones who have deceased, may they be guided by the blessings of Jinrezi. So again, we return to the seated forearm manifestation of the Lord of Compassion that looks over all sentient beings. Through good times, difficult times, and times of indifference. But in the essence of perception of that reality, all times are empty. Mani beme umre, umane 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 beme Beme umre umane 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 beme Let the flower of your heart open. let go. Breathe gently in and out and let go. Soft eyes of the lamp of light, neither looking in nor out, and let go. Like the glass of water and the sand settling in clarity. Rest. Breathing out as you bring your hands to the gesture of tranquility. Gift waves of light I send to you. May you grow, transform, transcend, and evolve. Gyaltsen Gyaltsen Dorje Dorje ne Doma Nyo Nyo Ba Dene Shela Kyo Ba Sho. Ganwe Ganwa Ganwa Zen Ganze Ba Den Da Wa Ba Do Do Wa Ne Chen Re Chen Wan Ten Zen Ganzo Je Chen Be Ganzo Ba Do Den Dorje. Om Dorje Yana Wa De Gonye Den Zen Ge Jute Dorje Gonzo Tomba Da Meje Gonze Meje Dorje Da La Jen Rondo Dora Ge Goche. Gabzo Tenju Je Kampo Kanjo Baba Rambo Je Jebe Meje Gada Radene Da Dren Dren Je Don Da Jendo Unzu De Zenge Renge Ge Bogule Nidega Do Da Demba Ye Demba Remendo Jendona Zebende Zunga Don Yenden Jende Meze Go Da De Dodam Gazo Jende Go Donam ye demje jeba ye jabe nebe damne danye zen geje ne jeba ba duba ye jebe sole jowa jowa jo jambaru do denda demba dan gondo zombo danye deje de daje gonde deje do daje gewa de ra do Pavden la me gonze don ba dan geje mi wa de ge yo wa yi daje mando zonzo don ne don do zange jo la jo ba jo Timbe bagger la measure bid and doesn't give us it in your lager. Timbe don't dajo baggy, tumbagger, and not it. Don't timber, Zedru de bed, not the millions of Mela made them buzz it. Cedru do some good beds and good ye, Chenjo, Chenjo, and Boje, Market, Banam, Gekoje, Kepanama, Mebaye, Kune, Kondu, Babos, oh, Kazo, Daye, don't wait, don't do, go and dojo, and Beje dojo. Mandrave Bale, Megan Zodan, Dambaram, Tatashi, Dale, Dieta, Wonga, they got it better, somebody, what is what I don't know, they got it better. Better some got it, but so let go of what is past, as I said to myself last night, this morning. Let go of what may come. I don't know. Let go of what is happening now. Don't take so serious. And stop trying to figure things out. Mystery. And don't try to make anything happen. Usually it goes amok anyway. Every now and again, with a little luck, it turns out. Then relax, take it easy, laugh, do something fun. Oh, today you must engage in an act of kindness. You must reach out to someone in some way. And most of all, start with yourself. And at the end, what does he do? Do it right now. And then rest. Really, rest is difficult. On Thursday, I want to do the recitation of the Long Vajrasattva, 7-line prayer, and Guru Mantra again. A quantum wave of conscious positiveness spewed into the space like a ripple in time. Please, each one of us must do this in kind. Our thoughts and practices are important in starting with ourselves to allow a foundation where we can grow, where we can transform, where we can transcend, where we can evolve. If we do not do this as a species, we will cease to exist. It is important, the work you do. Do not take it for granted. Then, as in the vernacular of my old neighborhood, I want to give a shout out to Diogo-san. Dogo. He's a man all the way from Portugal. If this man can be here with us from Portugal, then so can we be with him in Portugal. So my time has been spent once again, has gone away. It has come to an end, and I must wave bye-bye and say, until we meet again, it has been my pleasure. The ride of Dharma Express has come to an end. Please, as you get off, stay straight. And to these times,